Mr. Primetime.
4 more weeks, man. Happy Friday.
Long time no talk, man. Long time no talk.
Too soon.
Damn. Okay, then. How you doing, man? We made it for another week.
Not to you to be talking about the team again.
Oh, we really didn't say much last night. I mean, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got like injuries to talk about. We have
Jamal Adams quotes.
I don't give a fuck about that, dude. I don't even like, dude. Jamal talks to talk. I don't even care, dude. Like, I could just honestly give a shit. But the most important thing is, if you're a fan of the tank, which I am, and I'm all about losing. Sunday, I'm feeling pretty good because this team is a mash unit going into Seattle, a team that's desperate for a victory, a very good team at home. At home, even without fans, are a good team. And if you look at their matchups versus ours and our injuries, dude, holy cow, man, what in the hell happened this week?
Can we start with Crowder? I mean, these are the kind of injuries I think that you typically expect towards the end of the season where you have a veteran who's making a lot of money. It's guaranteed money in his contract. You know, any slight injury, I can understand he's not going to push it. But it's like now you got him out. You got Mims not playing, or Crowder's questionable, but he didn't practice today, so he's probably out. And, of course, we get Frank Gore out of concussion protocol today. He was a full participant in practice, so he's probably coming back.
Hold on. You're firing a lot of things here. Now, we got to enjoy all the tank, man. So you have Crowder out. You have Mims out. So now, if you're a Sam Darnold fan, you're gonna be like, well, I only have Perryman, and I only have Jeff Smith, and I only have Braxton Berrios, right? Is that where we're gonna go tonight?
I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there. I'm going to spare everyone the excuses tonight. I have no reason to go there. Nothing that happens over the last 4 weeks is going to change anything. They're going to be picking first overall, so. I'm done with
the wide receiver group is a complete mess right now, which not the first time. And Perriman doesn't usually stay healthy either. So it's surprising that he's the only healthy one.
Don't you start worrying about Crowder a little bit at this point?
Yeah. That was a wrap on him when he came here. He could never stay healthy.
Exactly. And for the money he's getting, I mean, he's got to be out there.
So wide receivers are a mess. Frank Gore apparently could be back, but yeah, I mean, if they're even serious, dude, I mean, you got to play Ty Johnson more. You got to get Josh Adams carries. I mean, you really get the young guys, especially at the last week. They should try that. I mean, in theory, if we're going to talk some kind of concept here, you should try to get the tight end position involved, but I'm sure they won't do that.
What's that?
So it's going to be tough sledding for Sam Darnold on Sunday, dude. There's just no way around this one.
It's going to be a lot of ground and pound. I mean, they're going to hope for, a similar effort that we saw, especially in the fourth quarter last week when they were running the ball. They're going to get behind Becton. Fans should be playing. So maybe even we see the debut of Cameron Clark with Van Roten out. So it's going to be a lot of ground and pound.
Yeah, and the one thing is like Adam Gase is a prick. He's an arrogant prick. He's an egotistical maniac. He is going to try to find he's going to try to find every way possible to not have Jamal Adams get like 3 sacks this game. So it's going to be funny to watch that little chess match with Gase and Adams because, that's the last thing he wants, dude. I know he's trying to play coy like, oh, I like Jamal and all this. And all, dude, don't even fucking lie to us, man. Like, we know you hate him. He hates you. But
that should be the last thing on his mind, though. Your team is 0-12.
We're talking about Adam Gase here, dude.
You have bigger fish to fry. Your team is 0-12. Worry about getting your own shit right before you're worried about Jamal Adams putting up stats.
Okay, we're talking – listen, you're talking common sense. You're talking common sense. I'm talking what's actually going to happen. Adam Gase watched extra film to figure out ways to stop Jamal Adams because he doesn't want that shit all over his face again. He doesn't want to be embarrassed. He doesn't want Jamal Adams dancing in front of him, pointing at him, all this other stuff. You know how Gase is, dude. It's just
I'm sure he doesn't want Jamal getting the record against the Jets with the sacks and everything.
So then you look at their wide receiver position's a mess. The running back, I mean, whatever. They have some potential there. The young guys played well last week. The tight end position they don't use. And the offensive line's banged up. Van Roten's out. Elflein played pretty good last week, but
he's questionable also.
I mean, I just want to see Cameron Clark, dude. Like, I don't understand why this should be a big thing.
This is the perfect opportunity. Elflein's banged up, and Van Roten's out, so he should absolutely be in one of those 2 guard spots.
So then you go to the defensive side of the ball. Like, all right, well, how bad can it be for our defense? Horrendous. Bless Austin comes back.
Bless Austin's coming back.
But you have one safety on the roster, and they're looking for volunteers to help out back there.
No, they signed somebody today.
That just screams DK Metcalf's going to have 200 yards receiving this week because they don't have the speed to keep up with him. They just don't have the speed to keep up. None of them. The secondary is a mess.
They signed a safety today from the Patriots.
Who cares? Something Hackett or something. JT Hassel.
Yeah, JT Hassel.
He's our new savior. So he's not going to be able to. They'll probably sign him and not make him act. He should probably go through the COVID protocol. It's probably not going to work, whatever. But So you have Bless Austin back. You have a ridiculously young secondary. You have one safety on the roster. Jordan Jenkins is out. Dude, this game's got blowout city written all over it. All over it. Now, and add in West Coast trip. Add in the lifeless locker room after getting Greg Williams fired, coming off a demoralizing loss. It is going to be a shit show. Complete disaster on Sunday. And I'm going to, dude, I'm here for it. Go for it.
This is one of the few times I think we're seeing eye to eye. Yeah. I mean, I can't, even the 14.5 on the spread, I can't back the Jets on this one. I don't think the defense is set up to against a desperate Seattle team coming off a loss against the Giants. You know, they're fighting for playoff position right now. So this is easily a game where Russell's going to, throw for 350, 4 touchdowns. Metcalf, like you said, I'm sure he goes off against our young corners. So yeah, total mismatch. The only hope would be, again, having, some kind of ground and pound, keeping Wilson on the sidelines, but I'm not relying on that, nor do I want to see that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just I was trying to make sure I missed any injuries. I didn't, though. So that's a lot of them. There's injuries on both sides of the ball, a lot of them. I mean, and they're going to be completely out-coached, too. Let's not forget the other mismatch is Pete Carroll and his staff against this clown show. So you have that. This is going to be a blowout, dude. I don't even see the need to go into too much X's and O's here. This is going to be an absolute ass whooping for a team that needs to win much more. We don't need a win, but
you don't see any chance that some of these young guys get behind Frank Bush or he, tries to switch things up and throw heavy blitzes. I don't know how the perception was of Greg Williams. I know some people liked him. Some people don't play. I don't know. Got a lot of young guys out there. So again, I don't think anybody that's on the field is actually thinking about a tank or Trevor Lawrence. That's the thing that you worry about. So I just don't think they're good enough to compete.
Yeah, I think this is just gonna be a complete fiasco, and also, So we're gonna go up. We'll start answering questions and talk about stuff. We had an interesting show last night. Thank you guys for joining us, Mr. Primetime.
What's up, Nick?
What's up, JK? What's up, fellas? Didn't mean to beat up on Tyrone Tuesday night, but needed to be said. Listen, man,
do it again.
Our show is all about good debate, good fun debate. We know, and once the season is over and you want to debate about Fields and whoever else be number 2, we're all for it. And Tyrone has a lot of hot takes too. So listen, man, we're all if there's usually one of the 3 of us is trying to start the pie a little bit. Yep. So we kind of live for that kind of stuff. So good job, Jake.
Never apologize. Apologize.
We always have a good time with it. So worried about week 17 against the Pats. If Bill Belichick is the reason we don't get Trevor, everything will come back full circle. No. See, I kind of disagree with this. I've been thinking about it more and more. I think there'd be nothing more than Bill Belichick would like to give Adam Gase his 0-16 season. I just think he would.
I don't think he cares about that.
Yeah, I think he cares more.
He cares more about seeing the Jets down in the dumps for as long as humanly possible. So if I'm Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I don't think he wants to see that happen, but I just don't think he's going to tank. He's not going to lose the game on purpose. We just saw how he beat up on Herbert and the Chargers last week. It was like 35-0. So no, I was worried about that game for a while. Same thing with the Browns, but both those teams, their defenses are playing pretty well right now. So I think we're in good shape.
See, we were a little bit late, and they're probably drinking some beers. We were on time. Prime time's having some internet issues.
I was gonna say I was trying to go with my MacBook, and the lighting on there just sucks, even worse than what I have right now. So I was trying to adjust the lighting a little bit, and I knocked out my entire internet. So
Tyson with the new hat, Prime Time without his sunglasses. I've worn this hat several times, man. NG MMA. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, Carlos. 35-7 Seahawks blew out the Jets. I mean,
could see something like that.
My bet seems safe because I had Crowder, right? Yeah, I hope the shotgun for that.
You switched to Ty Johnson, but now if Gore's playing, we got to wait until game time and see what the actives are before we give you somebody. I'm not feeling good about Perriman right now. He's the number 1 option.
Crowder watched primetime last night and here fell out of his chair laughing and hurt himself. Crowder's probably making a business decision at this point.
I think a lot of guys probably are.
Metcalf is going to be fantasy player of the week this season, Sunday. Yeah, I mean, we have nobody for him. We have not a soul to even remotely cover him. Nobody. I mean,
or Lockett.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Hall's. I mean, he's going to get a trial by fire on Sunday, man.
Yep.
So is Bless Austin, for that matter. When was the last time you guys were as happy as you were on Sunday, making it to the AFC Championship game in 2010?
Well, I mean, I said the Decker touchdown against the Patriots in week 16, but the problem is what happened the week after, where the season completely fell apart in Buffalo, and you lose to Rex. You don't.
Yeah, but we were feeling really good after that Patriot game.
Yeah,
though.
At that moment, that was as excited as I think we've been since 2010. But yeah, last Sunday, that was right up there.
Jamal Adams injures Darnold. I don't think he's going to go out to do that. I mean, that's not what he's.
They respect each other.
He'd like to have 3 or 4 sacks though, and live up the moment with it. That's for sure. The whole team is a mess, just not the wide receiver. That's very fair. Very fair point. I mean, there's if you look at it, almost every facet of the team has a problem. The wide receivers are hurt. Running backs are just poorly used. Tight end position they don't use. The offensive line is banged up.
You could argue the offensive line could be in better shape, assuming Elflein actually plays, because he looked phenomenal on the left side with Becton last week. And then if Cameron Clark is actually the goods, and he looks good the last 4 weeks, you're finding a 4th round pick, you're getting him in there, a young piece to move forward with. I mean, I don't know.
How many sacks will Jamal Adams get prime time?
I'm going to say 1.5, which will give him.
That's going to be on the bingo board. We got to put Jamal Adams. Adams sack. Jamal Adams taunting the sideline.
Taunting Gase.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be on there.
A lot of Jamal shit. I'm sure he's going to do the jet plane after something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's
Antonio used to.
Yep. Can either you or Tyson be a receiver or running back on Sunday? Well, running back, they're fine. I mean, they're going to get the Gores back.
My speed's not too good, but I have good hands. Give me that.
They got to play Cameron Clark on Sunday. At least give him playing time. At least have him active. He's inactive every goddamn week. And then I'm not gonna get mad. But
you're already mad.
They're saying he really struggled by not having a preseason and training camp. He struggled. So the rest of the NFL, they didn't struggle. But you're like, I'm so tired of excuses for Morgan and Clark. Please make them. You can't hide them, man. No. Like, why are we hiding players in a lost season? It's crazy.
It's more of an indictment on the coaching staff and their failure to develop these players or have them ready.
Or if you're drafting a player and he's not ready to play at all in a lost season, that's a bigger problem. That's the kind of on the draft, isn't it?
Well, I mean, this is the argument that we had with Bowles and McCagnon. I mean, was it the coaching staff or was it the GM? At the end of the day, it was both. So,
yeah, when they cut players, and nobody picks them up. I mean, that's definitely a problem.
Yep.
Have our young corners improved, or have they gotten worse? I think they're a work in progress, man. I mean, Bryce Hall's got a lot to learn. I mean, Lamar Jackson's learning, even though he got benched. I mean, which is ridiculous because it wasn't really his fault.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll know next year. I mean, Ashton Davis being out sucks, dude, because that's valuable time he's missing now where he can get a chance to, really just learn a lot in the field, and missing games like this really blows for him.
I'm going to take an optimistic approach on that one and say that by no choice, I mean, they have to have improved just, considering some of the receivers that they've been matched up against, one-on-one with Devontae Parker. I think it was Bryce Hall that one game. So that's valuable experience to have, whether you're getting beat or whatever. I mean, even for Lamar Jackson, the end of the game, he never should have been in that position on Henry Ruggs. But again, that's a learning opportunity, and you hope that these young guys they apply that shit going forward.
Yep. I'm trying to think. It's Matthias Farley is starting opposite, right?
Yeah,
I thought it was
him in May, and then the guy they picked up today.
Yeah, so it is Matthias Farley. But I mean, he's coming from a quality school, so that's always a good sign. What's up, Mr. Slick? Thoughts on going after Ertz this offseason?
Wouldn't mind it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, depends on who the coach is, who the offensive coordinator is, what their scheme is, what they're looking for, what kind of money he wants in the open market. I'm sure he probably wants to go to win now team and make a ton of money. So
my approach remains the same. Every asset you have, pour it into the offense. So if you can sign Ertz and then like an Allen Robinson, that gives you some more leeway going into the draft where maybe you only need to invest one premium pick, a wide receiver. Just all offense.
No Crowder for Tyson. Shotgun. Switch to Berrios. I'm not a Berrios guy, man. I can't even.
You don't get to choose. What is this?
I choose my own weapon. What? I choose my own shotgun choice here.
How did I get stuck with Perriman then? Did I choose him?
You chose him, dude.
Did I really? Oh, why did I do that?
What are we doing?
Oh, I must have chosen him when he sucked then.
So
right before he got hot, so it must have been me.
I'm gonna take, if I can't. I mean, I already have Ty Johnson.
We got to wait and see who's active, because if Frank Gore is active, you don't get to skate free with Ty Johnson.
Now I wait for the injury report now too?
Absolutely.
Oh, what the hell is this? This is some nonsense.
If Frank Gore is active, he's getting 20 touches, so you're not going to get away with Ty Johnson. That wouldn't be fair.
Who do you think will start on the edge with Jenkins out? That's a good question.
Bryce Huff.
Could be. I mean, I mean, Luvu.
You got him, you got Luvu, you got Basham. John Franklin Myers, I've seen he's been playing on the D line. It seems like, right? You
can't put Lange out there because he's in the inside.
Yeah, I liked him on the edge too in training camp last year. He got some pressure a lot.
Ready for the season to be over? Tired for not pulling for my Jets? Eric, I agree with you, man. Every Sunday you wake up like, oh my god, another one of these games. I got to root for a loss. You know, it's like you got to root. It's weird. You got to root for a loss. And you got to root for a Jaguars win every friggin' Sunday, and it's ridiculous.
And people think we enjoy it. Like we get no satisfaction out of rooting against this team. It's not fun at all. I absolutely miss the days where you wake up, you're excited on Sunday, you have a big game to watch. It's been fucking a decade since we've had that.
Oh, now Gase doesn't want to be embarrassed. No, listen, Gase is used to being embarrassed, but the whole dynamic to him and Jamal Adams. Let's be honest, Gase is not going to want to get torched and have Jamal dancing all over the field. Like he's just in a lost season. That's the one thing he just doesn't want. He has that arrogance about him. He's going to try to avoid that.
That should be the last thing that's on his mind, though.
But you can see it too. Let's be honest.
I know it's Gase. I mean, I don't put anything past.
He's a clown, a complete clown. Don't worry. After all, Jets got Gretzky running the offense. Remember?
Unbelievable.
That press conference, man, was unbelievable. You know, it was funny. Somebody asked us on one of our comments. We should do when Mike McCagnon got fired. We should do that press conference.
Did he have a press conference?
Did they?
I know Chris Johnson said something. I have quotes from Chris Johnson on that one, but I don't think Mike McCagnon ever talked, nor has he ever been seen. I think since that day where he got fired.
Primetime hates Trevor.
I do not.
I mean, he's just Primetime is overly critical of Trevor when he's not critical of Darnold. That's all it is.
I was criticizing him the same way that we criticize Sam. I was
evaluating him with the same metrics. Not the way you criticize him. No. The way I criticize him. You have those sunglasses go right on your eyes when Sam Darnold comes out because his car is too bright for you.
No, I was applying the same standards that we apply to Sam to Trevor Lawrence, who's in a better system with a better coach.
I see interception. You blame it on Perryman.
You should be lighting those guys up. So I was applying those same standards to him. That's all. I'm just being fair.
I see a strip sack for a fumble. You see Becton made a bad block. That's it. It's a difference.
I mean, that's what happened though. Even the head coach said it. We had Gase on last night. He said it.
Yeah, and his words mean, dude, it was so funny. You know what's funny? I got a message today. They go, like, just keep in mind the perspective of this. They said the segment would be a lot funnier if I would stop laughing. So
no one.
So me laughing, I have to stop laughing so you can laugh. Like, how the hell does it even make sense? Like I struggled last night. I'm not gonna lie. I was struggling. I couldn't stop fucking laughing. But
I felt the ears flopping too. I knew that was gonna get you going.
It's so distracting, man. The person was serious. So like, it'd be so much better if you just kind of like keep it like not laugh.
I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Like, dude, you come on the show and fucking do it. Then it's not easy looking at a goddamn donkey with his ears wiggling, and then the drinking, dude. When you drink and the nose and the shit, it's impossible, man. It's so hard.
It's not easy trying to get a sip through that thing,
dude. It's so goddamn funny, man. Do the Jets regret trading Leonard Williams? No.
Good question.
The answer is no.
No? Right now, they got Ashton Davis and a 4th or 5th round pick if the Giants sign him. Is that worth it?
Yeah, but at the time of the trade, though, nobody thought he was going to be
the trade. What's Joe Douglas's job? To evaluate talent, right?
And what did we see, dude? When they made the move, everybody.
It doesn't matter what we think as fans. Joe Douglas's job is to evaluate talent. So if this is what Leonard Williams is, a top 10 defensive lineman, to say that we didn't need that next to Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, I don't think they're great. He played like that under Bowles. He played like that.
If Ashton Davis is a bust, how do you not regret it?
Yeah, we won't know for another for him. Okay, so then you have to give it. You have to give it 2 more years then. How many years take Leonard Williams to develop? You got to give Ashton Davis at least 2 more years then to figure it out.
Okay. That's fine.
But right now, I still say no. Like, let's see Leonard Williams get that big contract. Let's see Leonard Williams have sustained success over 3 or 4 years, not just one hit wonder this year for this little flurry of games while he's playing for a contract.
It would be one thing also if we hit the lottery in free agency and, we signed all these pieces that are building blocks going forward. What did we get out of free agency this year? And we still have $30 million that we didn't spend. So all that money that we saved not paying Leo, again, I didn't want to pay him either. I was fine with the trade at the time. I'm just saying, from Joe Douglas's perspective, if his job is to evaluate talent, and that's what Leonard Williams could have been, why didn't we see it last year? Why didn't this coaching staff get it out of him or the previous one?
I'm not mad at all about it. Like, I think as of right now, the move for the Jets made sense. They weren't going to pay him anything.
I'm mad about it because it's another guy that goes somewhere else and they become a better player. How does that not piss you off?
doesn't piss me off at all because
Why?
at the time he
Does
hasn't played.
Does Robbie Anderson piss you off?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Because Robbie Anderson, because
for a team that doesn't have any talent, we should be trying to keep talent.
I understand, but Robbie Anderson was a crucial piece for our quarterback. Our defense was still Quinton Williams is doing just enough. Do you want to pay Quinton Williams and Leonard Williams $18 million a year? No, I'd rather have
a year. He's on a rookie contract for 5 years. I mean, he's making what, like 11, 12 million?
When Quinton Williams goes to the Pro Bowl a couple years in a row, you're going to start paying him big money. And then meanwhile, you're going to have Quinton Williams and Leonard Williams making big money.
In 5 years, when Leonard Williams' contract would have expired, if you gave him a 4 or 5 year deal.
I'm not paying. I mean, I'm not comfortable giving Leonard Williams $18 million a year. I'm just not.
So it would have been a bad thing to have Leo and Quinton side by side rushing the passer.
At his price for this team, yes, I would not want to pay him. I feel comfortable with the trade right now. I'm still happy with it. Quinton Williams can flourish, do all the things we don't need Leonard Williams to do draft picks, hit those draft picks, and then you have the cap space. You're not spending on Leonard Williams. I'm fine with it. Completely fine with it.
Seeing what Leonard Williams is right now to say that we don't need that, though?
Seeing what Leonard Williams right now is for 6 games, cool. Let's see for 5 years out of him when they give him that freaking $100 million contract and he earns it. Or
He's a young player, though. What is he, 25, 26?
So what? And this is the first string of games he's done this. So now the Giants are going to give him a $80 million contract, and let's see how long they enjoy that and see the production last. Because as of right now, up until this point, he never played like this. So good for him. He figured it out. Hope he does great. I feel comfortable with what we have, the draft picks, and that cap space back without him paying him.
We have 1 draft pick left. The other pick is Ashton Davis. So,
and then hopefully he's a player. I mean, everybody told me how great he was. I mean, he's this superstar that everybody keeps telling me about.
I'm just saying Leonard Williams on Sunday against the Seahawks, he was the best player on the field in the fourth quarter. So,
and then maybe in 2 years, Ashton Davis will be that star. Like, wow, that was a really great trade because Ashton Davis is a star. It took Leonard Williams how many years to figure it out?
All right.
So if you're going to let Leonard Williams have all these years to figure it out, you got to get the rookies to pick and Ashton Davis that long to figure it out too.
Or maybe he just figured it out once he got coached the right way.
Well, I mean, that means the Bulls and Greg Williams couldn't figure it out for him.
Is that surprising?
No. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much fun was it to watch New England humiliate on Thursday? By the way, Bill's ego and desire to chase Shula's record will prevent him from ruining the tank. I mean, it's fun watching. It's fun watching the Patriots losing all this shit, but I didn't really have any high expectations for them this year anyway. We all kind of thought they were going to suck. Right now, it's like everybody's like, "Well, can the next coach beat Belichick?" I don't give a fuck about Belichick now. It's like, what about McDermott and Flores? The Bills and Dolphins are ahead of both the Patriots and Jets, right? Like
I enjoy watching the Patriots lose, but it'd be a lot more fun if the Jets were winning. I mean, until my own team is actually successful, I mean, worrying about anybody else, the same way we talk about Adam Gase worrying about Jamal Adams, it's hard to worry about anybody else when your own team is shit. So,
yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't know. Like, I'm what's up, man? Muppets and puppets. Listen, it's fun watching the Patriots demise and having an off year for the first time in forever, but the Bills are they're playing phenomenal football right now. Then you got Tua figuring it out down there. Like we're a year behind all these guys. Maybe 2, especially if you bring in Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
Mel Kiper says the Jets should trade out if they fall to the 2nd pick. Okay.
That's a discussion. I mean, I've given up the battle as far as first overall, but if you're picking 2nd, if that same offer is there, I mean.
Tyson to Prime, do you think there's any chance we fully activate the tank and put Morgan in for week 15 and week 16? I think you should play a game. I do. Like, I understand the whole Sam thing, but to have a completely lost season where there's nothing to play for whatsoever, and this kid gets no reps is a crime. Like, this is the perfect time to do it. When else is he going to play? He had no preseason. He's not doing anything in the NFL.
Perfect time to do it was when Sam got hurt and you started Flacco. I mean, that would have been the time to do it. So the fact that they didn't do it then. Yeah, exactly. So the fact they didn't do it then, I don't think they're going to do it now.
55-2, Seahawks over to Jets.
I'll take it.
All right, prime time. Here's a question for you. Saints D versus Eagles or Seahawks D versus Jets?
Got to go Seahawks defense. Yeah.
And they're going to torch the shit out of us.
Especially if Crowder doesn't play and not having Mims out there already. Makes plenty of sense.
Why in the world are the Jets flying back after the game on Sunday? Because of the COVID protocols. They don't feel comfortable staying out there. I guess they just feel it's safer to do it this way, which is good. If you're believing in the tank, let them fly out, let them fly back, let them fly out, and be a bunch of zombies and lose.
Yep.
Primetime should shotgun ketchup if we win. I'm down for that.
I puke. No way.
I'm so down for that.
I wouldn't be able to.
Manish Meta says smash the like button and subscribe. Well, don't do that, man. Everybody hates Manish. Nobody's going to do it then. But if you guys hit like, we'd appreciate it.
Poor Manish.
Dude, did you see the Washington Post story about Manish today?
No, what happened?
Oof, man. What'd
they say?
This is what happens when you're an asshole to a lot of people. When the axe finally falls, everybody's gonna just piss all over you, and they all are. Everybody saying all the things he did, like Jenny Varentis, Kimberly Martin. They all had stories about things he did that was fucked up, and they're all coming out now, man. So
check that out then.
Adios to him. Let's see. Would love to see Sam hit Adams the way he did that other safety last game.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Love to see Becton hit Jamal Adams.
I worry about the Pats game the most. You know what? I'm worried about just getting to the Pats game 0-16. Let's get past the Browns. I mean, I think the next two games, I feel confident the Rams, the Seahawks are going to blow the shit. They're just going to kick the shit out of the Jets. The Browns game, could it be a trap? Who knows? It's like you worry about that just being that bad of a team where they look past you. Which always happens.
That's why I'm feeling good. I mean, the next 2 weeks, we're not beating the Seahawks, and you look at the way the Rams played last night, we're not beating them either. So, those two should be losses in the bank. So that's kind of 2 free weeks where, the Jaguars maybe have a chance to win a game, give us a little bit of leverage going into those final 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly. So
is James Morgan on IR? No, he's just not active.
Just don't activate.
Is Clark playing? He hasn't been active, which is just ridiculous. Jets haven't had a tight end since Dustin Keller. I mean, Chris Herndon was supposed to be that guy.
I thought Herndon was going to be that guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's just – oh, man. Let's see what we got here. You survived your $100 bet on Sunday for 4 touchdowns of Sam. But Sam was started out with the 2 touchdowns. Like, oh, shit, we may actually win this one.
2 in the first quarter.
How many teeth will Primetime crack at doing a shotgun? Should be on the bingo board.
Don't even joke.
Oh, my goodness. Here comes Ray. Some positivity. Jets 24, Seahawks 20. Darnold 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
So what if that happens?
I mean, this is just like, what if a pig flies through the stadium and starts playing quarterback? I mean, that's never going to happen.
No, I know. I'm not even going to get into the devil's advocate on that one because
there's just no way.
This will be the game he does it too.
Here's a good question. Primetime, what's worse, going to the dentist or a Jets win?
At this point, I can tolerate the dentist, the Jets win, and having to endure another season like this or having Adam Gase come back, that would be 10 times worse. So give me the dentist all day.
Put Herndon target on the bingo board. Just put Herndon catch on the bingo board.
We have Herndon drop on the bingo board from last week.
just put Herndon on there. Anything that involves Herndon, we drink. How about that?
Herndon sighting.
Prime time after all the Truly talk, I had to buy a couple 12 packs for myself. What kind you get, Jake? We got to know what kind you got though. I like the lemonades.
Yeah, the lemonades are good.
Back then, shoving Jamal 8 yards back and putting him on his ass would be a picture I'd hang on my wall. I probably would too. I'd buy that picture. Get him to sign it. That'd be pretty good. That's definitely a good one.
I'm on both sides of the Jamal thing.
Okay, let's hear this.
Well, no, I mean, like, I get all the hate towards him. Like, any time in the past when we've gotten rid of a star player like Revis or Keyshawn, immediately, you side with the team. You don't like the player. But, of course, the way he went out, it's hard not to have some hard feelings there. He portrayed himself as, the as the leader who can handle, being in front of all this shit. And he was going to turn it around himself. And, after 3 years, he bowed out. So I understand the fans that are pissed at him. But at the same time, a lot of the things that he said on the way out, especially about Adam Gase, I mean, were they not true? So you can understand him wanting out of the situation. Just the way he handled it, was fucked up.
He's become a major pain in the ass, man. Just a media pain in the ass. And to me, he's a great quote now. And I love my team. I love Seattle. I love winning. I'm
all of that, we ate it up when he did it here, right?
But this is when Jamal's nice. This is all great until he says, I want my new contract. And the Seattle says, we're not going to give you $20 million a year. Well, I'm fucking depressed. I can't believe it. Nobody believes in me. I feel they
trading 2 first-round picks. Seattle has no choice. They're going to have to pay him.
Yeah, but I'm saying it could if it's an ugly negotiation or he doesn't get exactly what he wants when he wants it, he's going to be the same asshole he was here. It's just it's so obvious with the way he is. It's all going good now because he's winning. He thinks that, you know what, I'm going to earn that big fat contract. And like I said, the Seahawks they don't have much leverage because they give away a lot to get him. But
exactly.
They could say, listen, we want to give you 15. He's going to want 20. Then he'll go to media. He's just a pain in the ass, man. Major pain in the ass.
I would actually be surprised if he went down that path again. like with the team that's actually winning, because then it would make all of his arguments. I mean, it would make him full of shit. It would expose him.
Full of shit.
Well, yeah, we think that, but until he does it with a winning organization, then.
I wish Denzel Mims was playing so he could burn Jamal up and down the field.
That I would have enjoyed.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, apparently, yeah. Here's a good question. 1 year from tonight, what's the Jets' record? Its record.
That's a good question.
So we're gonna be what, week 14? So the Jets are what, 0-12. So that'd be so you're week 13. So we're good 12. We've got 12 games right now.
I'm gonna go 6-6. Assuming we don't screw up the coaching hire.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be like 5-7, probably in that range though. That's a really good question. That's a really good question. Tyson likes Gase. You got to be out of your mind, dude. I've done so many videos on this freaking clown. There's no way.
You want to give him an extension just so you can keep interviewing him.
Thank you, Michael. We appreciate that, man. Yeah, I want to give him an extension. Freaking just the.
How else are we going to get him on the show if he's not the head coach?
Oh my goodness. Jets have their own stimulus package with Morgan and Clark. Oh man. What's up, Sasha? How you doing, man?
What's up, dude?
It's funny. Jets trade away any quality player. They then wonder why they're winless and can't make playoffs every year. Okay.
That was why, I mean, part of me disliked it at the time. For the package they got back, I thought it was a no-brainer. If you were going to trade him, it had to be for at least 2 first-round picks, and they got that and some. So, I mean, you had to like the compensation you got back. But, you know, when you're trying to build a foundation and you don't have much talent, you want to keep every piece possible. So when you're watching guys like him and Leonard Williams and Robbie Anderson do things elsewhere, it's frustrating. You're not keeping talent here.
Look at what Washington currently has. A lot to do with defensive line talent. You want playmakers there. Leo didn't get sacks, but he collapsed the pocket and had to be accounted for.
That was something, again, that was underappreciated by a lot of Jet fans. It was laughed at. Oh, you know, he commands double teams. You know, he was the king of, you know, not putting up any stats every week, but, you know, getting a great PFF grade. You know, we ripped him for that. So I don't know. It sucks seeing him turn it on like this for the Giants. It really does.
Doesn't bother me whatsoever. I want to see it long term before this little run he has right now doesn't mean shit to me. It's good to see. If he gets a new big fat contract, great, and then see what he does after it. I don't, it doesn't even remotely bother me.
You just froze for a sec. But.
Oh, my luck. Pride time makes so many excuses. Oh my God.
What excuse did I make? For who?
I think for Leonard.
Leo? For Leo? What excuse did I make? He's playing well now.
Leonard Williams getting coached up by a real coach. I mean, that's weird because Todd Bowles is supposed to be a real coach on defense, at least.
Well, yeah, not a head coach, and not exactly a motivator of men. I mean, when you have so many examples of guys going elsewhere, I mean, even Chad Hansen now, he gets a 100-yard game. I'm just saying, listen, no, hold on. When you invest a 4th-round pick in a guy, and he at least shows you he can be on the field and catch, you know, a couple passes for 100 yards, you would think the team that drafted him with that 4th-round pick would get something out of him. No.
So now, so what is Chad? Okay, hold on. Let me look this up because now you're just how many trilogies you had? This is.
I only started with 1 tonight.
Maybe I've had too many then because this shit's just ridiculous.
Is Justin Burris not a player elsewhere right now?
Of course he is.
Okay.
Sometimes the light turns on somewhere else for other teams. Like when Sam Darnold goes somewhere else, hopefully he plays well then too. But let that guy go away too. But let's look at Chad.
Hold on. That's the point I'm making though. That the light seems to go on for all these guys when they leave our shitty coaching staffs. Plural. Does it not? Am I wrong?
No, I'm not saying anything. I mean, Jamal Adams, we knew what he was when we got rid of him. So
and he's still a great player.
So this Chad Hansen that you're so worried about. So let's look at all the things he's done. 2018,
he got cut by like 4 teams.
2018, no catches whatsoever.
Yep.
2019, no catches whatsoever. 2020, this year, he played 1 fucking game, so he had 5 catches, and now he's a lost opportunity.
5 catches for 100 yards.
You're just eating everything.
20 yards per catch. 20
Chad Hansen take was terrible. That was like a Tyrone kind of take right there.
20 yards per catch. My point was that when you invest a 4th-round pick in a guy who at least has enough talent to be on a football field right now, catching 5 catches for 100 yards, you would think the team that drafted him would get something out of him.
Dude, nobody's gotten anything for 3 years. Maybe hit lightning once, one game. You're just, man, that takes.
Or maybe we just can't develop young players.
Dude, nobody can develop Chad Hansen. He's done. He had one little game. Now you think he's a hero.
I'm not saying he's a hero. I'm just saying he had a nice
game. Now you think he's a quality player. Like, oh, he's a big time player. Five catches in 3 years. You think he's a prospect?
He had a good game. He had a good game. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so you know also had a good game. Perryman and Mims and also had a good game. Jeff Smith. I mean, come on, man.
We don't develop players.
Who would you want to coach the Jets next year? Bill Cowher.
Yep, that's something we can agree on.
Yeah, that's it. Even he's surprised. Last Sunday he had it for the Houston Texans.
That's what I'm saying.
Most people probably don't even know what team he's been on because we cut so many freaking times.
I know.
Prime time, man. Come on. Prime time back to the old hat. That's the same hat, isn't it?
Well, it's the old fitted. I was going with the other one last few days.
Go Jacksonville.
Tonight.
Yeah, no shit. I think you're going to see Herndon get some targets because Gase's ego is going to want to show that they didn't need Jamal. Maybe they do that. They attack Jamal Adams in coverage. That'd be interesting.
Could see that. Try and expose him.
Snoopy with his big bold take. The Browns are going to beat our ass too.
Probably.
Listen, they should. They're a playoff team. They're enjoying the ride, but the Jets would classify as a trap game. That's what they really are. So we'll see. I mean, listen. Let's get these next 2 weeks first. Let's get through these games first before we work with the Browns. Why does Joe Douglas keep saying I got to do a better job putting playmakers around Sam, and now everyone wants to get rid of him? Confused.
That's a good question.
Should I answer it? I can answer it if you like.
I mean, go ahead.
I think these Sam Darnold conversations are getting boring because Primetime's going to take his back, and I'm going to shred him.
No, who said I was going to take his back? I was waiting for you to answer.
I think at this point, my honest opinion about Sam Darnold is we all believed he had a tremendous amount of talent. Unfortunately, since his rookie year, the Jets have completely failed him on a litany of levels. At the same time, he hasn't improved either because it's just been a colossal disaster. I don't know what to feel for him. So my personal opinion, not prime times, is that a change of scenery, getting out of New York, getting away from this media, getting away from this fan base will be better for him because if the Jets do keep him and pass on Trevor Lawrence, there's going to be so much pressure on him week in and week out to perform and be great. It's not even going to work out. I just don't see it working out. So that's why I think that they just think get the number one pick. It's a reset for Douglas. It's a reset for the Jets, a rookie contract, a shiny new toy you can sell to the season ticket holders, a litany of things. And it's a selling point to get your head coach too. You say, hey, listen, Bill Cowher, you want to come here? We're going to get you Trevor Lawrence.
That's the biggest thing I agree with. The selling point for getting the new head coach. But like you said, though, the organization has failed him in so many ways. They've completely rewritten the book on how to ruin a young quarterback with talent, especially after his first year. His arrow was trending upwards, and then they took away his weapons or the few weapons that he did have. They refused to invest heavily in anything on the offensive side of the ball. They hand him Adam Gase and Dowell Loggins. They've done nothing to help him. But unfortunately, again, if you're sitting there picking first or maybe even second and you like Justin Fields, that opportunity is probably too great to pass up, considering you don't know how much damage has been done with Sam, whether or not he can be repaired. I agree with you. Now at this point, it's best for him to have a change of scenery, to get with, a new head coach somewhere, maybe even to sit a year under a Roethlisberger or a Drew Brees or somebody like that. I mean, I still think he has the talent. I think he's going to be a franchise quarterback for somebody, but for the Jets, it just probably doesn't make sense anymore.
I have a take on this. If the Seahawks don't pay Jamal Adams, it would be a fireable offense for the Seattle front office, and Jamal would have a point. You don't give up 2 firsts for a player, just let that player walk. Yes, but the player also knows that and says, listen, you gave up all this compensation for me. I want this money or I'm not going to sign. So he could play hardball too and hold out for the money he wants because he knows that in the back of his mind. Listen, if you don't resign me, you look stupid as shit. Yeah. He could play hardball dude with his contract.
He could, but he would look really bad if he tried to because I don't feel like this year he's really taken his game to, that next level. If anything, he's shown that, he's great in the box. He's a great blitzer, but he still has some deficiencies in coverage. So to pay a guy like that $20+ million, that might be a stretch. But Seattle, again, they just gave up the 2 first-round picks. I don't think they really have a choice but to give him at least close to what he wants. So I think for both sides, they realize they have to make this work.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah. Boomer talking more about Cowher this morning. He is. He's not backing down, man. And to me, what it sounds like the most if you kind of decipher through all of it, and Bill Cowher's not going to comment on Sunday because he can't, because Adam Gase has not been fired yet. So he's going to play the game, but it's going to come down to money. Will the Jets make it worth his while? Say, listen, we want you to come here and do all this. He's going to be, okay, well, I've seen what other coaches have been paid, John Gruden and Matt Rule and all these guys. He's going to want elite top-level coach money, which he's earned, a Hall of Fame coach. Will the Jets pay it? I think that's going to be the only thing, dude. They got to show him that they truly want him here, and they're going to pay him what he thinks he deserves.
How pissed would you be if it comes out that, he wanted to come here, but we just weren't willing to meet the demands?
I will blow a gasket. I will completely blow a gasket. It's just you've got to learn. You've got to learn.
You would think, again, like that history would repeat itself. They would learn from the past, even though the Johnsons weren't here at the time, but just where the organization was back in 96, 97, after Kotite needing Parcells to reshape things. That's exactly where they're at right now, exactly what they need right now, and even better, they would have a chance to get that Peyton Manning guy that they didn't get back then. So
Tyson's plan is fake. Okie dokie. That's your opinion. We'll see. No, it's no. Can you guys go live tomorrow? Oh, excuse me. Tomorrow night. UFC. It's up to you, prime time.
I'll be watching it. So yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, we'll set it up. We'll figure it out for sure. Cool. What is the second biggest hole in the roster after quarterback?
So wait, we're saying the biggest hole on the roster is quarterback right now?
I would agree with that. Gotta get this clown out of here.
Damn.
He said something. He knew I was gonna say that.
Damn. Wow.
The passing league, we can't pass the football, so that's the first problem.
I can't say that the quarterback is a bigger hole than pass rush, than cornerback.
What the hell's a pass rush?
Exactly, that's my point.
So what's the second? So if we say that,
I'm gonna say it's a toss up between cornerback and outside linebacker. I think
France will reinstate the monarchy before they bring back Adam Gase. By the way, with Cowher, as long as he brings in a forward-thinking coaching staff, I think he would, man. I don't think that. I think Cowher kind of. So going back to that question, it got me thinking a little bit. If quarterback's not a discussion, the next biggest need, you could say a number one corner, because we don't have any
number one wideout too. You could say that.
Yeah, I mean, then you have the offensive line. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, probably what, number one corner, number one receiver, pass rusher. It's like the same shit every year, doesn't it? It's like the same need we've had for like 5 years now.
I think Becton saves you on the offensive line. Even McGovern's been okay. Fant's been okay. They're not terrible. But yeah, corner. I mean, you've got undrafted free agents and Bless Austin, who was a 6th-round pick there. I mean, you got nothing.
And look at Sunday, dude.
You could say the secondary in general, just the secondary. May could be gone next year. You traded Jamal Adams, so what do you really have in the secondary right now? Yeah,
you got Ashton Davis, baby, who's hurt.
Exactly.
I'm
an asshole for only starting with one truly. Be right back.
Oh, what are we doing here? What is this amateur hour shit? Seahawks 32, Jets 9. There's a strange score. Let's see. The Jags will beat the Bears. Chicago's awful. You got to like the way Mike Glennon's playing too. Mike Glennon's playing really well, so I'm definitely gonna rooting for that for sure. Definitely Mike Glennon, all in on him. Re-sign Flacco?
No, why?
Yeah, I mean, I could see. Well, if you want a veteran quarterback behind Trevor Lawrence, I could see that. But is Flacco going to be that guy?
Not him. At what point this year did he show you that he was that mentor for Sam after a bad play? Was he coaching up Sam on the sidelines?
Last week he did. Last week they were one big happy family on the sideline.
Yeah, it was the first time all year.
Oh, he maybe just figured out how to do it. He had a little break.
Yeah,
he woke up.
Thanks. No thanks. I'll take Josh McCown over Flacco.
Chad Hansen was an excellent college player. Sometimes you just get buried and overlooked. It happens. Or sometimes you just suck and underperform and you get cut and don't do anything else.
Well, sometimes your coaching staff just can't develop any young talent.
I mean, Romar Morris is a Pro Bowl caliber running back. He's never getting a chance, unfortunately.
See, if he was in camp with somebody else, they probably would have noticed what you noticed, and he'd be a star right now. But because
here's a question for you, Prime Time.
Cut and he never gets another shot.
Lorenzo Malden's trying to make a little comeback here. He's in shape. He's doing all kinds of shit. What do you think about him giving a flyer? Giving him a flyer.
Might as well.
Can't hurt.
Why not?
Why not? Man. Can't hurt.
He put up decent numbers that one year when he was healthy. So he had what, like 5.5
his back gave out on him, dude. Yeah. Dude, at this point, we should be trying out all kinds of pass rushers because we don't have that many.
Yeah, I'll take Malton.
Can't hurt, man.
Good dude.
Why not? Prime time is on a chopping block after that last take. That Chad Hansen take was a doozy, dude. That was a doozy.
5 catches over 100 yards.
In 3 years.
I'm pointing out stats. In one game, though. In one game. It was one game.
So what? 3 fucking years.
Yeah, and the Jets couldn't even get him on the field, or they barely got him on the field.
Oh, my God. This is, dude. Can anyone tell me what's better, Truly's or Mike's Hard Lemonade? Oh, I like Mike's Hard Lemonade. I like Truly's better, I think, though.
I get a much worse hangover, I think, with the Mike's Hards, or just like
Sweeter.
A worse headache. Yeah.
Sweeter.
I think there's a lot more sugar in there. With this, it's what, like 1 gram of sugar? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like
I had a nasty headache from that Mike's Hard Lemonade shit. It's just too sweet, man. And Truly's you can drink a lot more, obviously, because we do.
Exactly.
They go down a little bit smoother.
Yep.
So, no way Cowher will come here without the number 1 pick. That's fair. He may want to be with Trevor Lawrence. He may want to be.
Most likely, but we don't know if he likes Fields or not. And also, I mean, question, do you trust Cowher more, or like maybe some of these college coaches to develop a young quarterback? Like the college coaches that actually have experience kind of doing it every couple of years?
You gotta hope that, like I said, the whole thing with him is he's the CEO kind of guy. So he's gonna hire offensive coordinator, all this. Who does he hire? Who's the guy that he brings in? You know, it's And you gotta he's a very intelligent man. You gotta realize it's the NFL's a passing league. He saw firsthand what happened to Sam Darnold. Yeah. He lives in New York. He sees it. They all talk about it. So
was he still there for the start of Roethlisberger? I forget.
I think so, wasn't he?
I think he was.
To look.
Let me check right now.
Matt Campbell is the only answer. Okay. Not a love for Matt Campbell.
I like Matt Campbell.
Yeah, no problem with him. What would be your plan if Trevor Lawrence decides to pull Eli Manning, John Elway refuses to play with the Jets? What would be a great plan? Well, you don't have much of a choice. You trade the pick.
Build around Sam.
No.
You just said it. You trade the pick.
Then you just got to start scrambling. Right? I don't think he's going to do that, though. But everything that they did a couple articles about that.
If it happens, though, what's the plan? You build around Sam, right?
No. I go to plan C, D, E, and F. None of my plans involve Sam Darnold. None of them. Not one.
Why do you hate this man so much?
I just want him gone. I want him gone. I want a fresh starting quarterback. I'm done.
Did he kick your dog?
No.
Did he pee in your Cheerios?
Worse. He helped kill my liver. I'm tired of him. I want him to leave.
Oh my God, you hate this guy.
He has to go. I do. I don't hate him. He's a great kid.
You hate him.
He deserves happiness. He deserves peace and love. He deserves sunny weather. He deserves to win. That's all on the West Coast. Away you go. Seahawks fans gonna go crazy. Jamal gets 1 sack. Good for them. I don't care. Let them. They should. They're winning. He's an exciting player for them. That doesn't even faze me, man. Like I don't even. Cowher doesn't want to coach. He's just using the Jets as leverage to get more money out of CBS. I don't think so, man. This is the first time these stories are coming out, and Boomer's pretty confident about saying it. He usually shoots these things down. Now he's actually saying it. So,
still trying not to get excited about it.
Yeah, listen, just make it a conversation. You all talking about Cowher. You're getting season 3 of Adam Gase show, and you're gonna like it. Well, Jarrell, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna. It's gone, man. Dude's a dead man walking. It's just no way.
You didn't get slightly nervous at the fact that he was able to fire Greg Williams? It didn't make you like the slightest bit? No?
Nope. Organizational decision to show that they're not tanking on purpose. They're trying to save their integrity, save the accountability, save the accolades from the NFL.
And that's fine, but why is Adam Gase a part of?
They're making them feel good, dude. They get a little pat on the boy. Here you go. You made a little power move for yourself. You want to do it for 4 weeks now. He's still a dead man walking. There's no way he's coming back, dude. No way. It's a safe bet.
I felt that way prior to Greg Williams getting fired. Now I'm not sure.
Any good college games tomorrow? Prime time?
I don't even know, actually. Clemson's off. I mean, that was the only thing I was focused on. I think Iowa has a good game. Wisconsin, I think. Iowa, Wisconsin. Let's see what else there is.
McCown for offensive coordinator? No. You want? Come on, Jake. You can give Trevor Lawrence. Come on, man. You want to give Trevor Lawrence an unproven first-time offensive coordinator now?
So what?
Make him the quarter. If you want to do something, make him a quarterback coach. Let him sit and be a quarterback coach. That'll make you feel better.
I trust Uncle Josh.
No,
he wouldn't let us down.
He'd probably save Chad Hansen too, right?
Exactly, he would.
Let's see.
Still want the college games for tomorrow?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we got Penn State, Michigan State, Nebraska, Minnesota could be a good game. Navy, Army. It's always fun.
That's always a good game.
Yep. Not a lot of good games tomorrow. Is Notre Dame even playing?
I think they're off. Aren't they next one the championship game? They just finished their season.
Right, yeah. LSU, Florida.
Undefeated season.
Yeah.
Now, where's that music button I can hit right now?
Yeah. Thank God we don't have it.
Having Lawrence would entice free agents to come to the Jets. Keeping Sam wouldn't. Oof. Maho bringing the fire.
A good head coach would attract free agents to come to the Jets. I'm just saying, a good head coach would attract free agents to the Jets.
Trevor Lawrence is a shiny new toy. Let's see. Jesus, I can't do this damn text. Boomer and Gio, all joking aside, Boomer would never put that on the air if it was not even remotely honest. Listen, Michael, I've been listening to that show religiously for years. There's always a Cowher rumor. Woody's always been fascinated by Cowher. This is the first time that he's been seriously talking more and more about how he got 200 resumes, how he loves Becton, how he loves certain things. I mean, this is detailed information that Boomer's been giving that he's never given before. So, hey, listen, it could be bullshit. Who knows? But I'm in. I'll buy it for now. It's a glimmer of hope, at least.
I'd like to enjoy it, but I always fear getting my hopes up and then just being let down like that.
In the history of the draft, the Eli Elway move has only happened twice in about 84 years. By the way, what about Clemson's OC as our new OC to attract Trevor? They also said that about Joe Burrow last year. Would Joe Burrow go to Cincinnati? And he went. I mean, they say it every year.
As long as they fire Gase, I don't think it should really matter. I mean,
yep.
If Gase is still here, I could see Trevor not wanting to start his career down that path. But yeah, as long as you fire Gase, I mean, I don't see why he would do that.
Nice try, Rangers 21. And just for that, you'll take the block.
We lost Ranger 21.
Yep, he's a dead man walking. What's more important, a good head coach or a good free agent? I mean, the head coach, that's
probably the head coach, right?
It's one of the most important positions on the. I mean, that's just it. You could have a quality
team. Is a good head coach more important than Trevor Lawrence, though? If he's a top 5 quarterback?
Yeah. I mean, you need a coach, man. The coach, that's just look how many teams are struggling. You change the coach, and your fortunes change.
If you could have Trevor Lawrence and a coach that's somewhere 15 to 20 in the NFL, or a top coach with Sam Darnold, what do you take?
I'd take Trevor Lawrence because then in 1 year that coach is gonna get fired, and then I got the coach I want.
Okay.
I'm done with Sam, dude. I am completely done. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm loyal like you are now. I'm loyal to the tank. I'm loyal to Trevor. On Thursday, the Daily News announced that Meta had been removed from the beat. Yep. And the Washington Post put the nails in his coffin today, too. They roasted the shit out of him, man. Yep. Crazy. Let's see here. Keep going. Yeah. This was Damian Woody mentioned Marvin Lewis. I hard pass on that one. No interest whatsoever, Marvin. I just don't.
Same.
No, thank you.
He's in that same category with, a lot of the other retreads, Patricia, and even if Doug Peterson shakes free, Matt Nagy, all those guys, Bill O'Brien. I don't want any of them. Yep. Dan Quinn.
Let's see here. Flacco's delusional enough to think he'll be a starter again. Probably right. He'll want to probably go to
he'll get another backup job somewhere. I don't think he's going to be a starter anywhere right now.
What's up, Rocco? Rock is here. Great show. Thank you. What about going at the Matt Judon, Baltimore Ravens? Obviously, the ties.
Yeah, I'm still prioritizing the offense. I mean, before I invest heavily in anything else, but if you can get him at the right price, I guess you need a pass rush.
Chad Hansen better than Mims? See what you started prime time? Chad Hansen was one of the 1 million drafted jet wide receiver busts.
God.
Who is that guy that we liked at training camp? The one receiver.
Trey McBride?
Yeah. No, there's another one. Oh, shit.
Trey McBride was good for a number of years.
He was good.
You're not talking about like David Clowney, right? You're talking like recent?
No, recent. He was shit. It was
Trey McBride was a beast.
There was like 2 or 3 guys that we thought were really, really good. Trey McBride was one of them, but there's another guy who was really good too. Like, oh wow, this kid's gonna catch on. And we thought he really was, and it just doesn't. I forget who it was.
In the last 2 years?
Yeah, when we were there, we were like, oh, this kid's like, we thought he really had a chance. He made plays like day in and day out. I'll have to look it up. When I come to your tailgate, I'm bringing some legit seltzers for you guys to try. A legit. Now you're insulting our Trulies.
Wow, there goes our sponsorship. Shit,
we've been trying so hard to get one.
Damn it.
What if Cower wants Sam? Do you still hire him?
Ooh, yeah. Excellent question.
Yes, I want Cower that bad, and then after you can get he'll get Sam out of here when Sam wants his 5th year. How do you feel about Rob Salah as our head coach? If we could also bring in Mike McDaniels, who's the running back coordinator at San Francisco and a low-key, real offensive genius.
I'd prefer not to go with the defensive coordinator, but that's just me.
Good luck selling that.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's going to be, I guess I'll keep saying the same thing and probably repeat myself, but the whole CEO kind of guy, is he going to be sitting there calling the defensive plays, or is he going to oversee everything like Joe Judge is doing now? What kind of coach is he going to be? Yeah. You know? It's a tough spot for a first-time head coach, man. It really is. This is just a tough. And if you think about it, look at all our expectations. You're going to want Trevor Lawrence. You don't want to see a competent, very good not very good, but a very solid offense year one. And then if not, the media pressure, the fan pressure, you got to be a stout, pretty well-established coach to fend off everybody. Listen, look at my resume. I know what I'm doing. If you're a first-time head coach, we can question, hey, do you really know what you're doing? Because you're not doing it now. That's a lot of heat to face, man. And the only reason why we know that is because how many coaches in a row have we had been first-time coaches? All of them.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Bowles, Mangini, Herm. I mean, they were all first-time coaches when they came here.
Let's see. This Cower talk got too many people moist right now. Hopefully the hype is legit. We have nothing else to talk about, man. Like, this is a glimmer of hope where it's nice to dream for 4 more weeks other than talking about losses and mismatches and the shitty organization. I mean, Matt Campbell's name we talk about, Arthur Dable. I mean, there's other guys, but
it's just too soon. It brings back too many memories. I mean, 2 years ago, we were talking, same thing, Matt Rule and Kingsbury and all these other guys that were in our building, and we hired Gase. So,
yeah, Dable said that Trevor will go where he's picked. Everybody says he's a pretty stand-up kid. Like, he's not looking to cause waves. And if we're being honest, you come to this market and you do well, you're going to be a megastar. You'll be the king of New York. You'll have sponsorships and endorsements coming out your ass. Like, look at Mayfield, dude. Mayfield's in Cleveland and he's getting all that shit. Can you imagine Trevor Lawrence?
That's what I'm saying, though. I don't think New York really matters that much.
But, I mean, but you're an media, dude. You'd be a media darling here. They will. I mean, he'll make so much friggin' money. Let's see. We got. What is my plan B for what? For quarterback?
Or if Gase isn't fired?
No, well, it's all. We'll figure it out. I'm still all about Trevor, so I'm not gonna go down the path of negativity and say the world is over at number 2 like Tyrone did. I'm gonna keep it positive. I feel like suing Gase for pain and suffering. You sue the Jets for the last 10, 15. We haven't had a Super Bowl in 50 years.
I think we'd have a valid case, especially what they tried selling us on the PSLs and shit. It'd be a great investment.
Snoopy bringing the fire tonight. Dabo said Trevor isn't afraid of any football challenges. He will go where he's selected. That's what Dabo said. Yep.
All right.
I'm all in, man. Snoopy could bring the fire tonight. It's good to have him back. He just comes on a timeline, just starts just shredding shit.
I still wonder if Adam Gase would potentially change that. If they feel so sure that he just needs his quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, and he still we think he still has all this power within the organization, right? So I don't know.
This is the Jets you're talking about. Gase coming back is not out of the realm of possibility, given how dumb your front. Well, this is. There's 2 answers to this. Saying
nothing
the front office,
out of the realm of possibility with the Jets.
Nothing is out of the realm of front. I can't talk. Nothing is out of the realm of possibility. But calling this front office dumb, I don't think is really true, because they're not going to make the decision. The owners are, and the owners are incompetent. That's the problem. At the same time, Woody Johnson is about headlines. He's about taking a pulse of what's going on. He was following Brandon Turney embarrassed himself with that tweet going on. He hates negativity. He knows the vibe around his team. He can't sell tickets. He can't market the team from a financial aspect.
Can't market the team with Trevor Lawrence.
No, dude. The negative stigma around this coach is hurt. It's as bad as it gets.
We know that they will think they could market Trevor Lawrence in spite of Adam Gase. They will think he will sell the jerseys. He'll sell the tickets.
The backlash of season ticket holders.
I'm telling you,
the drafting of Trevor Lawrence. How they think. No, I'm telling you how they're going to think with dollars and cents. You cannot the drafting of Trevor Lawrence will not overcome the fact you're keeping the worst coach in the NFL on your team. There's no way, dude. The backlash, the day they say they're keeping him, fans are going to be out of their minds. The fans, the media, they will be getting embarrassed day in and day out with headlines over and over and over. But they won't do it.
That's been the case all year, though, and they haven't flinched. I mean, they've wrote it out.
They're riding it out, and they're just going to do. I'm telling you, Woody Johnson's not going to tolerate this shit, dude. There's no way. He hates this kind of shit. Chris Johnson you heard Chris Johnson last night, dude. It was like he was sitting in a conference room.
That's worrying.
But this is the difference. Chris Johnson was sitting there looking at Matt Rule, drooling like, "Oh my God, I'm talking to a professional coach," not knowing the fact that you're supposed to be responsible for hiring him. Woody Johnson's already been there, done that. He's dealt with Bill Parcells. He's seen how all this shit works. And he sees that his team is a laughingstock and losing, they're losing any sense of like credibility within the NFL. So,
I hope so.
Guys, trying to send you a Christmas gift for new hats. Hit me up. What kind of hats you got, man?
I'll take a hat.
Let's see. What do we got here? This is the opinion shared by many. Jets will win the last game of the season and get the second overall pick. That'll be probably the most nervous I'm going to be for a game if they're 0-15 at the time. And probably, dude, can you imagine week 17 with that? Trevor Lawrence on the line. Like you just be like, listen, like I'd have all kinds of conspiracy theories. I'm like, listen, you ever hurt hamstring? Your back hurt? Headache? Anything?
That would be a tough one. And I think that's a legitimate conversation about whether or not, you just take Justin Fields or you actually build around Sam at that point. The conversation's over at first overall, but second overall, I don't know enough yet about about Justin Fields to say that, he can just, fit right into any system, any coach. I don't know.
Tyson, thoughts if Coward does get hired, but he wants Sam as his quarterback. Man, Sam's his quarterback. I want Coward, dude. Like I do. Like if that's what he believes, and I have to go down that Sam Darnold path one more time, then one more year, Sam, and then we'll be back on this boat again.
Race the ride.
And then Cowher, we're getting his other, next quarterback.
Or maybe Cowher just wouldn't fail Sam the same way that Gase did.
The Army uniforms are tomorrow for sick. I love watching the Army-Navy game, man. That's always that says Notre Dame, Clemson. Yeah, we're not going to be watching that game on a live stream. I'll tell you that much.
Why not?
No.
If you're so confident that they're going to,
I never said I was confident. It's be a great game. Primetime not giving Rutgers football any love. Yeah, man. What's up with that?
My bad.
Greg Schiano's got them turned around, man.
What did they won? Like 3 games this year?
Yeah, playing good football though.
Let me see who they're playing.
Let's see here.
Who they got?
Allen Robinson or Chris Godwin?
I think I'd go Robinson. But
yeah, I think so too. I would too. He's a big target man, athletic, just a good route runner.
Yep.
I would rather see Bill Cowher as a facilitator rather than a specific role. Let everything run through with no BS, and he makes the game-deciding decisions, benching players, play calling. That's what he does, man. He hires a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. That's exactly what he does. Yep. Like with that thing that happened last week with Gase picking his ass, like, do I call timeout? I wish I did. Bill Cowher's there. Like, no, that play call's not going to work. Change it. He has a pulse of it. That's what Parcells did.
That's the one thing with Cowher. Like the way that we just laugh at every answer that Gase tries to give and all the excuses that he tries to give after every game for all his piss poor decisions. I don't feel like we'd be listening the same way to Cowher. Like when he answers questions about why he made a decision, we'd be like, all right, I understand that. He knows the game. He's not going to do the same kind of stupid shit that Gase does. He's not going to not make adjustments every single week where, his team starts out strong and then, they go downhill and they have no answers. Like he's going to have answers for why he did certain things.
You're going to get a competitive effort, physical effort. They'll be disciplined. They'll be in shape. I mean,
yep.
It's a whole different thing. Prime time is a masochist Jets fan, and I respect it. He is
clearly.
Prime time is as low as it gets. I'm just jaded and angry about so much shit, and I haven't slept in about 6 months. So it's like that's just where we are right now. Becton, I am worried, will be injury prone. He seems too big for his body. That's a fair point. That was one of the things they said in the draft process. The concerns about his body weight. Can he keep his weight down? How he handles certain things? How he will be his, how he lasts in the long haul.
It's one of the things you have to worry about at this point because he's left games. I mean, with injuries, 3-4 times now. So, and it's not just him. You're talking about the entire draft class. Between all the injuries with Becton,
they're all hurt.
Mims has had 2 hamstrings now. Piron's on IR. Ashton Davis is on IR. Cameron Clark was on IR to start the year. I mean,
Bryce Hall was.
James Morgan, you haven't seen it all. Bryce Hall was also on IR. So, I mean, that's a lot of draft picks that, didn't have an opportunity in a year where your team sucked, where there were plenty of opportunities to go around. If guys were just healthy, they'd be on the field. Guys have been hurt. It sucks.
What if Cowher brings in Marvin Lewis for defensive coordinator? I'm down for that. I could do that. Marvin Lewis is a good defensive coordinator.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Problem with that. Just not head coach.
Nope. Completely agree with that. Good call on that one. Trevor Wesco is a worthy future tight end. Based on what?
Based on Brian Baldinger calling him Baby Gronk.
Thank you, David. Ride together, die together. 016 Jets for life.
Appreciate it, David.
Joe Judge is the perfect model the Jets should replicate. This is head coaching search. I mean, it is that he's like the CEO type and he's a no-nonsense guy. He's cleaning up, Yeah. I think Joe Judge still has a ways to go to prove that he's like a legitimate coach and his way is going to work. But I like the way he handled Golden Tate, like the way he handles things, like the way he handles the media. So that's,
I would just be hesitant for a first-time head coach. That's all.
Yep. And this is where Carlos just went. No matter who it is, the Jets need to stop going down the first-time head coach path.
There you go.
This hire, it seems like we say every time the Jets hire a coach, but this hire is monumental, man, because now you're giving this coach, in theory, your number 1 pick, and you're giving him all this cap space, all this stuff. You're going into the worst part of our history of our organization. And if this next coach fucks it up, dude, we are going to be buried for 5 years. Like, seriously, if you take this number 1 pick, which is what we're tanking for, and this guy can't, whoever it is, say it's Trevor Lawrence or it's Fields or whoever the hell he pick, and this guy blows it, and we're looking in 3 years for another coach. Probably when we gave this guy a 6-year contract.
Well, this is the exact conversation that we had once we drafted Sam Darnold, and once we started going into that head coaching search after they fired Todd Bowles. How monumental of a hire that was, and all the cap space that you have. You need to find a guy that's aligned with Mike McCagnon, and then he was gone in 2 months. So they did everything ass backwards. Hopefully they learn from it and they don't repeat that same mistake around Trevor Lawrence or whoever they draft. But to expect anything out of this organization when it comes to those big time decisions, I mean, I don't know how anybody can have any confidence in that.
We shouldn't even considering hiring a head coach that was once fired. Yeah, like Doug Peterson right now is getting run out of Philadelphia. He's melting there right now. He would fall on my list for guys I don't want anymore. Like I think I'm done with his experience too now.
Yeah.
I mean, Brian Flores and Joe Judge are the perfect type of coaches. The Jets lack discipline. We need someone who will set a culture and no BS regime. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we need.
That's Cowher.
You need a no-nonsense guy on and off the field. It's like we're such a mess, man. Yeah. One has to remember the same bozos that pick Ace will pick again. Oh, man. That's just this ownership, man. It's just so hard to believe in them. They're just a bunch of clowns. Absolute clowns.
Dolphins have a tough game this week, right?
Remember Ryan Spadola? Remember him?
Yes, I do. Dolo Ocho, right? On Twitter?
Yep.
Something like that. Right.
Yeah, Manish is getting roasted now. Manish is getting absolutely roasted. I was listening to Connor Rogers, was pretty big on Matt Campbell's a guy that he's wanted his coach, one of the guys I listen to that I trust. Connor wanted him last year, too. Connor's really been really big on him. Yep. He's one of the guys we have on our draft shows. And he usually comes on 2 or 3 times before the draft and talks some prospects with us. Matt Campbell's resume is impressive, man. There's no doubt about that. How did you Primetime and Tyrone meet? Primetime and I met. What was the first time we met? We met at a tailgate, or was it the
first time? Was the Mo Wilkerson event?
That's right.
Yeah. And that was after I was doing the show for what, like 4 or 5 months, I think. I'd sent you an email asking to help out.
That's right.
Doing the production for 4 or 5 months. And then, we met at the Wilkerson Bowling event.
And then we met Tyrone. Tyrone was a caller. He used to always call in. And then we went down for Jets-Redskin practices when the Jets practiced with them, this dual practice.
Yep.
We met him at a fun night. Tyrone's enormous, man.
Yep.
He is one big human being, man. He is an enormous dude.
Yep.
Huge.
Put him.
He picks me up like an ant. He's like,
I remember that.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, the Jets will win at least one game. That's hopefully the Jaguars win too.
If they had to win one game, which one would it be? Would you want to beat Jamal? Would you want to beat the Patriots? Maybe knock them out of the playoffs last week if they're somehow still in it?
I'd rather any game after the Jaguars win their second game, so it's not stressful.
Okay.
So if the Jaguars beat the Bears, we can win a game after that. We could beat the Rams and surprise the world and do parades for Adam Gase. The team didn't quit on him and everything else. How many years do you think Coward want to coach? I'm thinking if he comes back, he's going to do 5 because nobody's going to give him a 3-year deal. They're going to be, listen, we need a 5-year commitment to hand over $20 million a year. We want to return on our investment, right? Would you say? I think he's going to do what at 4 or 5, you would think.
I would think at least 4 or 5 years. And I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't even care how many years. Like, even if he just wanted to do the Parcells thing for, maybe 3-4 years and then that'd be it. Cool. Come here, reshape the organization and build it the right way like Parcells did. Give us that groundwork that we need. I'd be fine with that. Hopefully,
or if he says, listen, I'll coach here for say 5 years, and after that, the next 2 years, I'll be like your head of football operations or some shit or some kind of role like that or something.
Yeah.
I'm open to anything at this point. We're so damn desperate. Let's see. Can the owner be fired? No. Unfortunately, he can't.
I wish.
Let's see. Let's see. What happened was I blocked Rangers 21. He was like
I'm just getting all the comments now. Unban Rangers 21. Yeah.
He was like ripping you. Then he tried to make us say like a thing. So we got caught last week saying some stupid shit too.
Yeah.
It's just like, time for that nonsense, man. There's always next week. Yeah, Manish is getting roasted right now. Absolutely roasted. Play the practice squad for that game.
Last 2 weeks, I'd play the practice squad. Take no chances.
Do you guys think the Jets threw that game on purpose? The last week, I do not.
Nope. That's just how bad.
Yeah, I think Greg Williams is that aggressive and that bold, and I think that Adam Gase is that incompetent to not change it, and that's it, really.
Yeah. They showed that's what it was. Players, coaches, they're not trying to tank. So
the Jets Redskins, that's the practice where the fight broke out. Yep, and ended up by the crowd. That's where we were. We were there.
Yep. Shit was wild.
That's when they're all taking shots at Terrell Pryor and nobody's really supporting him either.
That was actually where you, I think, jumped off the Leonard Williams bandwagon because he was getting mauled.
Trent Williams roasted his ass.
Yeah, both days in practice. He was just getting manhandled like a child by Trent Williams. So,
and he was talking shit to the crowd. Remember, he's like, "Oh, come on!" And he just wasn't doing anything. And actually, it was like Henry Anderson was playing. Remember, Henry Anderson was playing better than him in the practices.
Yep, you're right.
That was a crazy thing. Yep. Any chance Douglas can't get a second-round pick for Darnold? Would he draft Lawrence and have them compete for the starting job?
That's interesting. I don't think it would be much of a competition if you're drafting Lawrence number 1 overall. I mean, I would think he's starting from day 1. But
yeah, I don't think so.
I think scenario maybe where if they're not getting even a second-round pick, they just hold on to him and wait for a team to lose a quarterback in the middle of the season, and then a desperate team maybe trades a second-round pick and something else. But I don't think Darnold would want to be a part of that.
Yeah, no. Nope. Let's see. Don't look past the Brownies as a track game for the tank, especially if they're locked in seeding. That could be too, where they're at.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you guys think the Jets are competent enough to throw away a game if they were trying? No. Just incompetent, man. They're just so incompetent. We shouldn't put Sam through all that after he's been through, especially when you have like with Primetime said, a number 1 pick, man. Trevor Lawrence is basically your guy.
Yeah. No reason to do that to Sam. Set him free.
You can't keep Sam in that locker room. That would be hell on earth for him. Yeah, I mean, that would be awful, dude. That would be completely terrible. Let's see. Mike Gesicki will be an upcoming free agent. That I don't know. I don't know what his status is. He's coming on, though. That's for damn sure.
I would think he's about to be a free agent. I don't think he's gotten paid yet.
Reporters can also destroy a team culture. It's great he's gone. Coward wouldn't tolerate him anyway. Manish? Bill Cowher would not tolerate any Manish's shit. Like
reporters can also push propaganda that portrays team culture in a certain light that's not exactly true. So Manish, yes, was on the one side of the extreme. And unfortunately, I think that the current beat reporters, most of them still fall on the other side where they're just, spitting out all the Jets, PR propaganda. So,
prime time. Who should I bet on for Sunday night? I think it's Bills -2.
I actually like the Bills too. Yeah. I mean, the Steelers coming off their first loss of the year. Bills playing pretty well right now. I like Buffalo in that game.
Who's going to be a backup quarterback, rookie or a longtime vet? I mean, you want a veteran quarterback if Trevor Lawrence is there. You want some kind of like a mediator between the quarterback, the offensive coordinator, and the coach, a guy you can rely on.
So what was the purpose of drafting James Morgan in the 4th round?
Well, you're not playing. Dude, listen, you had 3 quarterbacks. He's your 3rd one. I don't know. You had David. What was the purpose of keeping David Fales around and Mike White back and forth for all fucking year? What was the purpose of that? I don't understand how Joe Douglas handles quarterbacks. I don't understand it this year. I don't understand it last year. I mean, I don't understand it. But if in theory, Trevor Lawrence should have a veteran quarterback next to him saying, hey, listen, this is what I see. This is what you see. This is how you read. You need like a partner in crime there to help him. That's not going to be a coach. Do you guys see JD trading back multiple times in this draft? Oh, I have no fucking idea.
With the first overall pick?
Or just like he did last year, like kept moving back and still got Mims.
I mean, I'd like to see the opposite. I'd like to see him this year be a little bit more aggressive, considering we already have some extra picks, not just this year, but next year also. So yeah, I'd like to see him a little more aggressive, target certain guys, have a number one wideout in mind. If Devontae Smith somehow, let's say, shakes free towards, the back end of the first round, if you have to move up, trade a 2nd round pick to get a guy like him. If you think he's a number one wideout, do that.
This may be my favorite comment of the night, primetime. This is the Muppets and Puppets are stepping up tonight. I am very excited about this one. This is calling you out on your bullshit tonight.
Bring it. Let's go.
I am tired of all the primetime standing behind shitty players from the Jets past. If he likes Hansen so much, he needs to do a shotgun if he does not get 5 catches this weekend.
That's fair. That's fine.
You're in?
Yeah. If Chad Hansen does not get 5 catches this week, I will do a shotgun.
You must have just do a shotgun now. That's a lost bet.
Well, what time is the game, though, that Houston's playing? Hold on.
You backing out already, man? Come on.
Well, I'm checking what time the game is.
Andy Dalton would be a good backup if you can get him cheap. I think Andy Dalton thinks he's a starter, though, unfortunately, but he would be. He'd fit the mold. Do you guys think coaching candidates will be reluctant to come here because of incompetent ownership? Get prime time. Good.
They play at 1. Jets play at 4. So we'll know right when we're about to go live if he has the 5 catches. So
done. I can't wait for this. So we can open a show with the shotgun, doing a salute to Chad Hansen. To answer this question, I don't think coaching candidates are going to be reluctant to come here because you have a number 1 pick, you're going to have draft picks, you have cap space, and you could demand all the money you want. And the Jets are desperate; they're going to have to pay you, and you can play hardball with them.
I would tend to agree with that. Yes, I don't know to what extent they might fear maybe not having a say in personnel decisions or the kind of working relationship they might have with Joe Douglas. If they fear the reporting structure where they each report separately to ownership. But yeah, I think the Jets are in good position right now to add, whoever they want, assuming they're willing to open up the checkbook and actually pay the guy between the draft picks they have. I mean, I think they're well positioned.
Yeah. I mean, they have I think if a coach will be intrigued just by number 1 pick alone, all the stuff they have. And it's like we keep saying, it's a blank canvas, man. You're getting a team that's okay. Build your team because we have a ton of picks, a ton of cap space, and maybe 4 or 5 players we believe in. That's really it. So, let's see. Not Ryan Fitzpatrick again. We're going down this path again. I'd rather have a guy with a lot of experience like Fitz to groom Lawrence, and you're not really grooming him. Lawrence is going to be the starter day one. He's coming in, he's starting.
I agree with the experience part, but I don't want Fitz. I mean, McCown would be fine. I mean, there's a number of veterans that might shake free that you'd be fine with as a backup, but Fitz, I don't want to go down that path again.
I'm done with the Rex Ryan experience too. I mean, how did Rex Ryan develop a quarterback?
Well, I mean, when he was, given a roster that already had talent, I mean, Sanchez played well those first 2 years, but then, after that, they didn't add anything around him, and they let the prominent playmakers get away. So,
Rangers 21 working the burner YouTube accounts heavy. He's got like 5 of them now, which is wild. Let's see. We got a couple more here we can do if you want. Rex Ryan. Yeah, I'm done with the whole Rex Ryan thing, man.
Yeah.
I think you should go all offense and draft to support Trevor to make sure he can win. Go after edge and free agency, draft defense the following year. Oh, fuck, I'm cool with that. I wouldn't mind seeing Trevor Lawrence and the offense score 30 points a game next year and they can lose. I don't care. Just let the offense catch up to the rest of the world.
That was my argument, again, for taking a running back somewhat early on. I mean, offensive line, receiver, running back, even another tight end, add that to the mix. Same thing in free agency. Maybe you sign a couple, low-risk contracts on the defensive side, but most of the cap space you have and then all your premium picks, give it to Trevor Lawrence or whoever your quarterback is. Assure that, he's not going to go through the same shit that Darnold went through his first 3 years.
Trevor will be a bust. There's a take for you.
Wow.
Okay. I wonder why.
Damn.
That's interesting take.
That would suck.
A lot of analysts think Bill Cowher and Matt Campbell would mesh really well because they both have the same ideologies on culture. They both maximize the talent on their players. I just don't think
Matt Campbell would come here as an offensive coordinator.
No, I think he's just saying that he's that same kind of like head coach, no nonsense guy, builds a program. Like they're similar. They have the same way they develop teams.
I thought he was saying they were going to mesh well, as in coaching together.
Frank Gore is going where next season?
Jets.
Hopefully not. Wherever Gase goes. I don't know.
2 years.
Any ideas on how our corners will stop DK Metcalf and Ty Lockett? They're not going to.
Nope.
There is no way.
Nope.
I just don't understand where. You figure not only do you have corners that are inexperienced, you have a safety that's inexperienced too. You have Matthias Farley back there. They're going to be just.
Yep.
Yeah. It's going to be a mess, man. I think Sunday will not be a stressful day. If you guys want to fire us score predictions, fire them out, man. Because I think it's going to be a disaster. Oh, here comes Dylan. What's the difference between prime times defending Sam and a pen? The pen is a point.
I haven't defended Sam this week. Have I?
You've been good. You've been well. No. Tonight you haven't.
I've been good.
You go on your little tangents every day. You've been.
I've been good.
You must be tired. Are you tired?
I've been good tonight. I was good last night. I was good Tuesday night. I didn't defend him at all.
Last night we had a special guest last night, so you were busy last night.
That's true. Sunday we'll happens, but
is Farley going to start at safety? Yes, he is, because they have nobody else. They literally have nobody else. 30-0 Seattle. Primetime has 4 shotguns because of Darnold and Hansen.
Oh God.
34-6. Everybody seems to be on the same boat this week. 35-24, 69-13. 34-13. Celtics fan predicting a Jets upset victory.
How is Seattle only scoring 18 points this week?
Yeah, with our depleted defense. Why is no one? Okay, so now Matt's definitely trying to troll us. Why is no one talking about how Sam played perfectly fine against the Raiders? Are we just going to ignore it? Perfectly fine, huh? The 3 turnovers are just the.
Well, I think Matt is suggesting that Becton did a better job of blocking on the 2 fumbles, and that Perriman should.
Coach Gase just come on this live stream. This sounds like Coach Gase. I just need the ears.
I'm trying to say what I think Matt is saying.
Is it your burner account?
No. I'm trying to speak for Matt. I don't know what he's thinking there.
45-9 because Gase loves field goals. That's dead right, man. That is absolutely right.
I could see that happening. It's fucking 45-3 in the fourth quarter. We kick a couple field goals in the end.
Have you seen Brandon Turney's rants in defense of Darnold? Dude is all in on Darnold. I'm surprised Primetime's not retweeting all of them. Now he's gonna look it up right now.
I'm backing off for now.
Until Sunday, his first touchdown pass.
I thought it was messed up like week 4, week 5, when everyone was like throwing him to the wolves when he literally didn't have anybody. Last 2 weeks, he's had his receivers out there. I mean, the offensive line's been okay. They've had a running game. So I think he should have played better. So I'm not going to give him all the excuses.
Why are we always injured? Very concerning and actually want to know.
That's a staple of many Adam Gase coach teams. Why are we always injured? So
pretty much. Prime time is really putting his trust in someone having the name of 80s movies, antagonist cop. I don't know what that really means, but
I don't know.
Chad Hansen. Oh, I guess Chad Hansen. Oh. Okay. Sam is a meme at this point. Snoopy bringing the heat. What's wrong with defending Sam? The guy was bad at scoring that TD.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, nice running touchdown.
Yeah, that shows what he could do. Shows his potential.
It doesn't matter if Darnold has a good game. He's only improving his draft stock. I agree with that.
Probably.
Definitely agree with that. So prime time. Let's go. Let's get your score prediction for Sunday.
Well, I think this is going to be a tough one for the defense. Like you said, we don't have anybody that can hang with DK or Tyler Lockett. So I think that Russell is just going to go off at least 350 and 4 touchdowns. Defense is going to be on their heels all game. Again, new coaching staff also. I don't know what Frank Bush is going to look to do, whether or not he's going to shake things up and, try and blitz some more, or just, leave these guys, play and prevent. Who the hell knows? But whatever it is, defense is going to struggle. Offense, I don't expect much from either. Without Mims and Crowder questionable, Frank Gore possibly coming back, you're probably going to see plenty of him. So I'm going to go with Seattle 38-13.
What are your guys' plans in the off season? More live streams the day free agency starts? We don't take any time off, man. Like we go year round. So we're not going to do like 4 days a week like we're doing now, but we'll do at least once a week. We'll do free agency shows, draft shows. Once they hire a coach, anytime they sign players, we'll go live that night, talk about the players. We'll do a lot of stuff, man. Like
one of the few shows that does not take any time off.
We don't take time off. We've been doing it Tuesday nights for like 6 years now, so we're not going anywhere. Hold on a second here before I miss it and somebody yells at me. If the Washington football team offered Joe Douglas their first round pick for Quinnen Williams, is that a good deal for the Jets? Oof. So Washington's going to be they're going to be a playoff. They could be a playoff team though. So it's going to be a lower first round pick.
They could be. Even if it is, though, low 20s, I mean, is that worth it for Quinnen Williams? I would say probably not for most teams, but for the Jets, if you just want more ammo to build around your quarterback.
Ooh, man, that's tough. He's probably your only building block on defense right now.
Yeah, he is. I mean, CJ Mosley.
See now, this is a fucked up question for me because I wanted to trade him 5 weeks ago for fucking. I just wanted to trade him to get the draft pick. So I've already been wrong on him to begin with. So that's a good question.
Very tough question.
Don't trade Quinnen. Yeah, I mean,
I would just say for the sake of finally keeping some of our own talent and not constantly in rebuild mode looking to get more draft picks, I would say probably keep him, but still a tough call.
Snoopy's going Hollywood on us, man. Every stream I get great laughs. He'll be doing autograph signing soon now. He's going to be
wait for his YouTube channel. Let's talk Snoopy.
Let's see. Live stream the draft. We can do all kinds of stuff, man.
Yep.
Javelin gave you good last week. Hall with help over the top. Could surprise you. Jackson should not be starting. Well, Jackson isn't starting because Bless Austin's back. So that's a good sign there. If you're not a Lamar Jackson fan.
I think Javelin Guidry, during the combine, he was like top 5 in terms of 40-yard dash and some of the speed drills that a lot of the corners were doing. So he's definitely got the athleticism out there.
We need Tyrone on the stream. That's going to happen. We're trying to do a lot of things here. I guess I'm in the same boat you are with the game. My quick prediction: the injuries on the Jets. I think the Jets had a lot of chance to begin with, but you add in all the injuries, and I think this game's gonna be an absolute ass beating. You add in the Jamal Adams motivation, the Seahawks coming off a loss, West Coast game, Greg Williams fired, blowout city, man. 35-7, 35-10, not even a competitive game in the fourth quarter. This second half's a party for us. We'll be drinking and joking around and red zoning and everything else.
Hopefully.
I have not gotten a response yet. I'm guessing I'm probably not going to.
Probably not.
But I shot my shoot. Hey, you got to shoot your shot, man. You got to at least try. And I mean, let's see what we got here. If you live stream the draft, and we don't take Lawrence the first overall pick. The meltdown will be epic. This live stream will skyrocket in popularity.
Can you imagine we trade the pick live?
My screen go blank. All you see is like whoosh. Oh my god!
The reaction alone.
If they don't take Trevor, it would be the quickest stream ever. Tyson would destroy his entire house. Yeah, this my monitor, this all be gone. This is a very important question here. Hold on, just where is it? On Sunday, is Primetime or Tyson? Starting with the comments.
Good question. I mean, we were winning for a while with me doing the comments, so I don't know if that that worries some people, but I'm willing to do it if you'd like a break on Sunday.
I mean, I enjoyed it because I started giving scores of other games. I was giving all the happy recaps, all that stuff. But whatever you, man, like it's up to you. I'm a team player. I had to do at one point. I had to do the comments, the stream, everything else because
I had no power. What do you want me to do?
What do you guys think of the new Carton and Roberts show?
I like it. I get to tune in about a half hour every day, but
yeah, I like Craig Carton. I think he's super, super entertaining. Some of the stuff, it's just, I think Evan gets dominated sometimes now, where Carton just it's all him basically. You know, Evan can't get
more entertainment than sports talk, but
they don't talk much sports at all times. They're talking about food and just all their stuff, but that's Carton, man. And I think they got to get their legs underneath them. I mean, there's times they're a lot more entertaining than Michael Kay show. And they're talking about like the Jets lose a big game or something like that. And Michael Kay's talking about the fucking Yankee pitching. It's just like, all right, well, that's, but I mean, it's, we'll see. Or just keep Tyson primetime as bad luck. He does the comments and the Jets are mysteriously competitive in the game.
That's right. That's right. Sure.
Did primetime pay his Con Ed bill?
I did. This week.
WFAN is not a sports talk station anymore. Not like it used to be, man. Not like there's not really many good sports talk where it's like they're like, I think what I like is like, they get caught in so many different things. They don't talk just Jets or like that. They go Jets, they go hockey, they go basketball. They're talking about Kyrie Irving.
Well, they're trying to please everybody instead of being,
they're trying to chase ratings, man.
Yeah.
It's like something you want to hear like a big news, like, oh, did you see Kevin Durant put on Instagram? Like, who gives a fuck about that? I would talk about like Gase being incompetent.
Yeah.
So tough time to be in the media right now. Journalists, anything like that. They're all, I mean, it's bad when like.
That's why I got to start writing again.
But it's bad. It was like when Rich Cimini's trying to push his podcast and shit. Like, times are tough when you start like, can you imagine what his.
They all are.
I can never listen to that shit.
They all have their own podcast now. They're trying to push.
Could you imagine how boring that shit must be? So, Colin Coward's terrible too, man. He is always wrong. I think he does it on purpose.
He loved the Gase hire, I think.
Yeah, he did. He called us clowns for not appreciating who Adam Gase was. That's what he told us.
Yep.
Yeah, Don LeGrec is awesome when he gets pissed off. And especially now, Don's not like he doesn't work for the Jets, so that's even better now. So now he can really say what he thinks.
Yep.
All right, so we'll do prime time. We'll figure out tomorrow night if this whole UFC thing, if you want to do it. Yep. The hardest thing, dude, is because like when the fight's going on, like you don't want to talk during a fight though. It's like it's tough. Like there's no really downtime except in between rounds.
People know that though.
All right, if you want to do it, I'll do it. I don't care. We're both watching it, so it tells the difference.
Yeah, why not?
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. And then tomorrow night, UFC, Sunday, Jets, Seattle. Come get some of that. Then Monday night, the day after show, which is always fun. And that's it. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Later.